We're starting this video off right today with some meat. Okay, I may have burned him a little bit. Poor fella. And here we go. Gonna rake and bale some grass today. Sun's been heating up this cab. Seems like all my tires are up. One of them we put on new, and another one we put a decent amount of tire jacked in. One of our neighbors bought this truck on auction. Driving it down the road, drive shaft fell out of it. I can see it dangling underneath the truck. Parked it in our driveway. Been sitting there for about a day and a half. The things you find on auction. Now, before you make fun of me and my grilling abilities, we just got a new grill. Last time I looked at it, it was at 300 degrees. Came back out, it was 450. Burning my tube steaks down there. Wasn't good. Even the vegetables got burned. And it looks like our neighbor raking some ditch hay. They're gonna be baling that up here shortly. Woo. We are down in the ditch. I feel like right out of the gate I've been talking a lot. What's new with you guys?
I smell the sweet hay.
Okay, that's good.
Sweet smell.
Better than those brats and vegetables we just ate?
That was alright.
Yeah.
It's better than that asphalt smells.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I'm glad my food that I prepared smells better than that asphalt right next door.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Asphalt.
We're ready to go. It was pretty hot and windy today. It was hot enough I got the hay ready, but it was too windy. If I would have raked, it would have been blown all over. So now it's about 6:30 p.m. and we're starting our day. I did do a little bit of fertilizing, emptied that last load out. Now we're gonna rake and bale about 45 acres. Gonna feel the pressure. Dad's gonna be chasing me. Oh, that's some good looking hay. Gotta love it. Love to see it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look how much Dad's baler has to pick up. That is super wide. Here's that big rock I smacked with the cutter. Another rake. I hit that thing going like 9 miles an hour. I felt it.
Jeepers creepers. That's a windrow. The windrow's moving around in a little wind a little bit too. Hopefully the wind goes down as we go. When the end disappears, that means it's wrapped, and then it tells you to chuck it out. Chuck it good. Yeah, if the wind gets worse, we won't be able to do this. You know, if it's going to be windy, you don't want to rake two together because it fluffs them all up. They stay pretty good on the ground after they've been cut. We'll see how it goes here. There's 45 acres here to do. It's about 6:30 in the evening, and we're thinking 3.5 hours. Over and out. Roger Wilco.
Gonna be a lot of hay out here. Dad only went down the field and didn't even do the end row once, and he's made 5.5 bales already. See how the hay is a little ruffled up right there? That's from the wind blowing it over, and it doesn't happen too often when the stuff has never been moved since it was cut. You see it's kind of matted down, so you can tell we've had a fairly decent wind, and when you rake it up like this, fluff it up, you know, even just 10, 12 mile an hour will move it. There's not much of a better way to spend an afternoon than raking and baling hay out in a field with your dad. And he's in another tractor, not yelling at you. You know, it's a joke. I'm old enough. I don't do stuff to where he yells at me. Woo-hoo. We get asked pretty often what kind of grass we have. So right here, this is intermediate wheatgrass. It tons out really well. It gets pretty tall. And then we also have a brome, which a lot of people have brome. It also tons out really well. You know, there's obviously stuff that has better quality than those two grasses. And then in this particular spot, there's also a mix of some alfalfa in here, if I can find some. Adds a little protein to the mix. Turned out really well. Oh, there's some alfalfa right there. So that's pretty much the mix here. It's turning out. Dad's dumping a lot of bales. So with those couple grasses that I named off, obviously this field isn't native. It was drilled or planted or what have you. We do have one or two pieces that we hay that are native. And way back when, in the olden days, this was a tall grass prairie, and so you had a lot of big blue stem and switchgrass.
Song of the day. Two songs of the day, one artist, John Anderson. Back when I was in my 20s, I played in the basketball league in Mitchell, usually on Thursday nights. And after we got done playing basketball, we'd go down to the local watering hole, and it was karaoke night down there. And I wouldn't always go up and sing. I'd wait until it was a night when there wasn't that many people there. And, you know, there'd be 6 or 8 of us from the basketball team sitting there. And the winner of karaoke each Thursday night would win a $100 beer party. And like I said, I never did it on a crowded night because I'm not that good a singer. But some nights when we were in the majority with our 6 or 8 guys, I'd go up there. And I won a couple times. And back in that day, a $100 beer party was 26 pitchers of beer. And then the next week we'd come and we'd partake of that. We'd give some away, of course, because we can't drink all that. Anyway, the song that I would sing was Swingin' by John Anderson. But even more, I like the song of John Anderson's called Seminole Wind. That's got a heck of a story to it, and I really enjoy that song. So those are your 2 songs of the day.
So in a little bit, we'll get some drone video. But while I have you here, we get a lot of questions about this bale accumulator every time we use it. One big comment we'll get is, it looks cool, but it won't work on my hills. So what do you do that works on your hills right now? Because when you're baling hay and you get a bale made and you dump it, the hay doesn't make it so you're dumping the bale at the bottom of the hill or at a flat point on the hill. So one of these would be better so you can carry that bale somewhere that it's not going to roll down the hill and into a river or into a tree belt. I posted a TikTok the other day and someone said, why aren't you dumping 3 at one time? You can hold 3. The issue is when you get to the point where you have 3 on the back of that, 3 bales on the back of that accumulator, you have to dump wherever you're at. And the whole point of the machine is to be able to dump them all in a row so it's faster to pick them up when you're picking bales up. And so if you wait till you have 3, you could be in the middle of nowhere and you have to dump right there because you can't shut the chamber door and keep baling when you have 3 sitting on the back of the accumulator. Whether you have 1 or 2 and you're getting to your drop zone, you should drop. That way you don't get to the point where you have 3. Someone also once said, when I'm raking, we should take the loader off of this tractor so it's not bouncing around. Makes sense until the baler has some troubles and a bale ends up in your way, then what do? Everybody knows more than the stupid farmer. You ever hit a bump so hard you forget where you're at for a minute? Needs a new roll of net wrap in there. Where did Brian go? He just disappeared. Are you playing in the hay?
Yeah, something like it.
You called me over here to just get video of it, right? Okay. Just stand and look pretty.
Don't let it get in there deeper. Look it.
Got the hairy back end. Just a couple of more passes left, and after this we don't have anything on the ground. Really don't have much to do. It's gonna be hot again tomorrow. I'm actually going to the rodeo. I guess we get a couple day vacation, and then on Monday probably start back again, cutting some more hay and hoping for a rain to come so we can get more fertilizing done and get that in the ground.
Friends flying around here aren't happy about it either.
Oh, my mom sent me a video. Baby bird falling out of its nest. What a bummer. A little bit after 9 o'clock, Dad's got about 6 or 7 passes left. Take him about 30 minutes. Neighbors getting their ditch hay baled up. Start headed home. side of that truck it says not for hire. Kind of makes me ponder a little bit. Was there a time in this world where there'd be a guy driving around in a service truck, brain-hungry zombies, gets chased constantly by people saying, "Let me hire you, are you for hire?" Where he got to the point and he put on the side of his service truck, "Not for hire. Please, sir, I want to hire you." Somebody learned me something. Seems weird. This makes a good sound. You might like it. Yeah. I want you to know I pulled all those out and I stuck one back in just so you could hear it. Because I care about you. Man, I went from pretty windy today to hardly a breeze. It's feeling sticky. Tomorrow another 90-degree day, but later into the weekend the highs are actually in the 70s, so we're gonna start cooling back down. We do have one more group of cattle we gotta work at some point. Kind of want to wait for a cool day because, you know, those big over 1,000-pound animals, they don't want to be running around in the heat and in the sun. Neither do I. How many bales was it?
Yes.
45 acres, 160.
That's what I was hoping for. We got 132. It's nice hay though.
Yeah. Looks pretty good.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about that.
I think I'll have me a beer.
I think I'll have me a shower.
How come you're warm?
It's 90 degrees outside and the sun's down.
Okay. And it's humid. Not the heat.
Is the humidity?
Humidity.
Well, that's going to be it, gang. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Quite a bit of haying left in the season. And pretty soon I got a couple welding projects I want to do. And we also got some concrete projects. I can't believe we're into July already. Crazy. Also, happy 4th of July, Americans. We win. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one. Woo! 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 Calm down there, fella.